Welcome to INN CEO Talks. Today I'm talking to Michael Stairs, the project manager, president, and CEO of White Metal Resources, which trades on the TSX Venture under the symbol WHM. White Metal Resources recently completed 3 diamond drill holes on its Tower Stock gold property. To date, the company has completed 600 meters of core drilling of its planned 4,000 meter drilling program. The Tower Stock project had not seen any exploration activity before this for more than 8 years. It is located about 40 kilometers west-northwest of the port city of Thunder Bay, Ontario, and consists of 81 single-cell mining claims, 11 single-cell boundary claims, 4 freehold land grants or patents covering about 1,940 hectares. The company also filed a letter of intent to acquire 100% of the Anderson property, which is in the same vicinity as its Tower Stock project. And late in February, White Metal Resources closed a private placement in which it raised $2.2 million. Michael, thank you for joining me today. You've been busy, and the company is well positioned in a region of Canada that is a historical mining area and once again extremely active. Let's start by talking about the drill results that you've just had come in the last few weeks.
Well, we really haven't got no drill results in for, say, the assays at this point, but the company just recently put in about 200 core samples for analysis, and we expect those results probably within 2 weeks. But to date, we're very, very pleased with the drilling that's been done so far, and we're moving along to all of our multiple targets that we have. And right now we're, like you say, about 600 meters in on our 4,000 meter drill program, and everything is going very well right now. And as soon as we get some results in from the lab, we will be releasing those to the investor.
Right. You were, as I had read, you were initially happy with what you saw, but of course you can't speak of those results until you have them. So tell us a little bit more about the project.
Well, as you said, the project's located 40 kilometers west of Thunder Bay, and it's pretty intriguing because we have gold basically all over a fairly big radius on this project. And the gold is not confined to quartz veins or these little shear zones that you usually see in the Archean, which we are working. It seems to be more homogeneous over lower grade, but in cases over fairly big widths, and not just confined in one area. We're seeing this over a fairly big area. So, I'm fairly confident that, our moving forward here, there may be some potential to actually, make something of this project of economics.
So what had happened going back to 8 years ago that the area went dormant? Was it a drop in gold prices? Was it the fact that we were still on the cusp of developing some new techniques that would make this an affordable mine site? So what happened then, and leading to you identifying it as a potential development property?
Well, I always knew the project existed, from, I think the project basically started in 1985, the first bit of discovery of gold. And there's a number of operators, Inco, which everybody knows, and Noranda Exploration also worked it. But after that, a company by the name, or Avalon also, I should correct myself, Avalon also came in after Noranda. But after this, a company by the name of Val Gold picked the project up, and they did a lot of drilling, and they had a lot of very interesting intercepts on the project over the the course of the option that they had the project anyways. So something happened along the line that Val Gold got into trouble and went into, I believe, into receivership, bankruptcy, and the project was basically held up for, I believe, 8 years until the owner of the project that went back to Val Gold, and he structured a deal that he got the project back. And at that point, I knew the project existed. I approached the owner, and we worked out a deal, as you've seen in a press release that we put out earlier or late last summer.
Well, and now you've just finalized this agreement with the Anderson property. What's the significance of that, and what does it lend to overall what you're doing with the company?
Well, basically, the Anderson project that we've just signed, actually, we just got approval for that from the exchange as well. And the Anderson patent is kind of in the key core of the intrusion alteration that we believe that's mapped around the project. And I believe there's never been any exploration work done on the Anderson project because the previous owner of the patent didn't really want mining companies working on the patent. So in the last few years, Anderson's purchased it. I actually talked to them guys, and I worked at a reasonable deal that I thought that we could do to get in there and actually do some work on his patent. So, I'm happy that deal materialized, and now it's added into the package of the Tower Stock property.
Right. And you raised some money back in February, 2.2, a little over $2.2 million. So you're well positioned financially right now to move forward in the coming months. So what are the is sort of in the immediate calendar?
The immediate calendar right now, of course, is the number one priority is to finish our first round of drilling, which I'm hoping should wrap up by mid March. We're we're also doing what we call a vast vision IP survey over a good portion, I would say 90% of the project. And this survey actually, they do IP to trace if you got sulfide enrichment in the property, and which I believe the sulfide is, 90% all the time associated with the gold on the project, but not always. The gold is not always with the sulfide, but it's a good indicator when you start seeing it. And this survey supposedly can see down about, I'll say 400 to 600 meters down in the ground, and seeing all the gold that we got in the drilling to date, surface sampling. So once we get this IP data finished, which should be the survey should be completed within, I'd say, the next 10 days, we will incorporate all that data into our drill database and our rock sampling database of known showings and known intercepts in the drilling, and will surely generate more targets for the next phase two drilling.
So if it proves out and you get through phase two drilling, what's your long-term plan? Are you looking at vending in with a major, or can you foresee this being a development property that you would take on yourself?
Well, I've been in the industry for 35 years, and I've worked entirely in exploration and looking at different gold and projects. And it's all about economics at the end of the day. You have to find something that, it's got economic grade and size potential. Uh, but at the end of the day, uh, you'd probably want to bring the project as far as you can. But if it's good enough, you will attract the attention of bigger companies, most likely majors.
Right. So for people who watch these interviews, they're almost always asking the same question: why is now the moment that I should be investing in your company?
Well, there's a number of reasons why you should invest in the white metals over the past few years as well. Uh, we put together quite a portfolio of projects. Might seem strange, but we have projects in Namibia, copper, silver. We have several subsidiary companies that control these licenses, but they are owned 100% or 95% by white metals. The first being the Okahanga copper silver deposit. It's up in northern Namibia. It's got an old historical resource up there that was drilled off by a previous operator of 10 million tons of just over a percent copper and half ounce of silver. We just finished a 3,600 meter RC program on that particular project. Assays are in the laboratory right now, and I expect those within 2 to 3 weeks. So we'll be reporting that. With the recent price of copper and silver, as we know, copper is at an all-time high right now. This
Yeah.
is a very good property to have in your portfolio. It's not our flagship, but it is a good investment opportunity, and we know that right now. We've had it for 4 years, and we struggled and kept the project alive. But today, now that with the price of copper, these things are looking much better. We also have in Namibia, in the southern part, down in what they call the Kalahari Belt, we control 3 licenses down there with several copper, silver deposits on those as well. They are historical resources, but we've attracted the attention of a company called Neuronics, which trades under the ASX. And basically, those guys are spending all the money on this project, and White Metals retains a 25% carried interest through pre-production. And with the
Oh,
price of copper right now, and I'm hoping that it maintains where it is, but it's a very healthy price right now. So all those two assets alone for copper in the copper market and silver is a very good thing to have in your portfolio. And then, of
yeah.
course, it brings us back to the Tower Stock, where we are. It's our flagship project, and we will be advancing that project. We have cash in the bank, and we have the manpower, good geologists on staff. We will be advancing that project as quickly as possible, and we'll see where it goes for phase 2 drilling. But I hope the best for the drill results that we're going to get.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for taking the time today to bring us up to speed on not only what's happening on the Tower stock, but on your entire portfolio. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you very much as well.